Welcome back, SuicideFantasyFootball.com. Just caught Jim picking his nose.
That was a scratch.
Week 6. Hey, they just saw the finger coming out. Week 6, wide receiver, Jim. Who to pick up, who to sit, who to drop. Start with your pickups.
I'm going a week late because if you listen to the show on Sunday at 12 o'clock, I said pick up Josh Gordon.
You also said Randall Cobb.
I said Randall Cobb. I said Josh Gordon. I said Randall Cobb on the videos last week as well. I said Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is going to be the weapon that they try to use in Cleveland. He's not great, but he's probably a better wide receiver than Cribbs is. Massaquai's hurt. They don't have a whole lot. And Whedon's throwing the ball around a lot. He only got targeted 3 times. He had 2 catches. 2 happened to be long touchdowns. So if you're picking up somebody, that seems like a great return on investment. I think it's only going to get better for Josh Gordon. They're starting to work him really into the offense. I look for big things for him. And I'm also picking up Mike Williams out of Syracuse, who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He's available.
He's available in your league, which he probably is because a lot of people dropped him going in. I would take him. I think he was available in like 38% of leagues. I'd be picking him up just for this week. I think he's going to have a big week.
All right, I'm going the other guy in Cleveland. And it's because I'm not chasing the points, Jim. You made a great call this week. Josh Gordon was awesome, but he got, like you said, 3 targets, 2 catches. Jordan Norwood, on the other hand, 9 targets, 8 catches, only 81 yards, no touchdowns. But I think he's a guy in a PPR league. He's going to get you 6 catches for 80 yards almost every week.
Make sure before you pick him up, though, that he's classified as a wide receiver.
I do agree with that, Jim.
Because he was classified as a running back. If he's a running back, I don't like picking him up. If he's a wide receiver, I do like picking him up.
And I'm really telling you my number 1 guy, and I just went Norwood because you were talking about Gordon. Really my number 1 guy this week, Jim, and we talked about him earlier, Andrew Hawkins. He is the number 2 guy in Cincy. Dalton looks good. A.J. Green's always going to get the double coverage. He's a little guy, but he keeps consistently putting up numbers. And I'm telling you, grab Andrew Hawkins if you need a receiver. All right, who you sitting, Jim?
I'm sitting Anquan Boldin. He just hasn't done as much. I don't think he's a big enough option out there right now. I think you have other guys probably on your bench. You're falling in love with the name of Anquan Boldin because you remember what he did with the Cardinals 5 years ago, but he's just not really...
Even with the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, but you're right. He's up and down.
Yeah, he's not. He's not a guy I'm playing.
If you're in a head-to-head league, you can't play those hot and cold guys. You got to find someone to replace.
I think the Cowboys secondary is okay. Not great, but okay. I think their cornerbacks are pretty good, and I think they'll probably shut ball.
In that same game, I'm telling you to sit Dez Bryant. He's a problem, and he's just not looking good.
He needs to go back to strip clubs. That's what he needs.
He has sucked since he cut out the strip clubs in the late nights, Jim.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. He should hang out with Pac-Man Jones, make it rain, and start catching touchdown passes.
But this week, keep him on your bench. And I'm dropping... I'm sorry I made you waste $2 and you picked him up last week if you listened to me. But Jerome Simpson and his big goofy head got 0 catches and is hurt. So, I hoped he would have, carried on from that 5 catches for 50 yards his first week, which was half of Ponder's passing yards, and he did nothing, and he's injured.
Smoking a bone.
Yeah, when the Stone dude gets hurt, he ain't coming back. He ain't working his ass off to come back. So drop the Stoner.
I'm dropping 2 guys. The first guy is Alshon Jeffrey. He's got a fractured hand. He's probably not going to be back for the year. I'm not picking up anybody else and placing him off Chicago, but I'm dropping him. And I'm also dropping Kendall Wright. He's a guy whose name sounded pretty good. First-round pick.
He was the leading rookie receiver. Yeah. Still probably is at this point, Jim.
But I just don't think, with Matt Hasselbeck there, I don't think he's going to him.
I agree.
I'm not playing him anymore.
I agree. With Locker, he was worth keeping. Now, dump him.
Yep.
That's what we think at the wide receiver position. Disagree or any questions?
I love shitty emails. So if you want to send a "you suck" email, please, Jim at Suicide Fantasy
We do
Sports,
enjoy that.
But make it relative, you know what I mean? Make
don't
really
just say you're fat and you suck. Be like, you're fat and you suck.
I know that. Hello. Right.
Right.
Give me a reason why I suck.
All right, so tell us what you think. Jim at SuicideFantasySports.com, Eric at SuicideFantasySports.com. Comment below on these videos, subscribe to them, and then each week you'll go to one place and get all your fantasy content. Or check out Fantasy Football Overload, Blog Talk Radio, Monday, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. SuicideFantasyFootball.com. Check it out.